Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I've got a new collaboration to tell you about today. So there's a little mini collaboration just between me and my friend Gaby here on YouTube and Instagram. She's called Gaby Chic Dolls, and apart from her amazing dolls, you might have seen the one she did for our Alice collaboration recently. She's also wonderful at painting and drawing and does also sculpting, does all sorts of other arts and crafts. So I will link to her channel below. Please do go and check her out if you haven't already. She's just a mine of inspiration and ideas. So the idea of this collaboration is to send each other, once a month we'll send each other a mystery prompt. So it could be anything. It could be a poem, it could be a colour, a word, a piece cut out of a magazine, a photograph, a piece of music. It could be anything, so whatever we can physically send to each other in an envelope, because it'd be quite fun to actually physically open something and have it in front of us. Now the one that I sent for Gaby actually literally fell onto my desk as I was reaching for something to send her as a prompt. It just fell on my desk and I thought, yes, that's it. So I'm dying to see what she does with that. I cannot wait to see. She's such a creative person. What I'm going to do now is just open up this prompt. I've got an envelope here. It's got more than just the prompt in it. I don't know what else she's put in. There's something slightly lumpy in there. So I don't know what it's going to be. I'm very excited. I'm going to open it up now, then go off and get dinner, and then I'm going to come back and see what I can do with the prompt. Very exciting. It's a great idea to do as well. You could easily do this with a friend, couldn't you? It doesn't need to cost anything except the price of a stamp. So and it's just nice to sort of inspire and encourage and support each other as well. I think that's where the internet's been such a brilliant thing for me. I would never have connected with Gaby without the internet, and she's such a lovely person. She's become a real friend, although we've not actually met in person. Not yet. Okay, let's go to the desk and see. Let's open up this prompt. Very exciting. She's definitely put some more bits and pieces in here. I didn't put anything. I just literally just put the prompt and a card in. Gaby's a very generous soul. She can't resist putting some extra goodies in. Right. This is beautiful, isn't it? I'll have to make more of an effort next time. Oh, look at these lovely papers and things. Now, she did say to me, don't feel like you've got to use everything I've put in. You can use them any time. It's just papers that I had. So, but it would be quite nice if I did use it in some way. Let's see what the prompt is. Hey, Annie. I am thrilled to do this mini collab with you. Exciting times. Hopefully we'll continue after this. And the prompt is, ooh, scandalous. Have fun, Gaby. I love this card with the little sun punched out of it. Scandalous. Oh, and it's got butterflies embossed on it as well. So I'm going to have a look at these, even though, like she said, I usually close the curtain. I didn't want to because there was sunshine outside, but then you can't see, can you? Hang on a sec. Let's just have a look at these. It's so beautifully done up, look, isn't it? I will enjoy using these. If I don't use them for this, I'll use them for junk journaling and things, or collage. Always lovely to have papers like this. Oh, look, all different kinds of wood grain. Oh, lovely. We could cut letters out of that as well. This reminds me of 60s wallpaper or 70s wallpaper. Love that. Really nice. But I'll always love paper that looks like wood. Scandalous. I can start mulling that over while I'm getting the dinner in a minute. It's just got lovely sparkles to it. More wood, yeah, all this wood grain stuff is lovely. She must have had a whole pad of wood grain papers. And then we got some others. Oh, sequin waste is always good. It's nice to use as a stencil as well as just as itself. I love the colour of it though. More sparkles. Let's put the sparkles together. These are really nice. Oh, very, very pretty, aren't they? All of those. Love them. Oh, look. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So, I will probably be saving those to use in my junk journaling and things. just having a quick look again so I can keep these in mind when I'm thinking about some ideas. Scandalous. I think that's a really good word to use for our first mystery prompt collab, because I think Gaby's a bit scandalous herself. Okay, so I'll see you again in a minute when I've been given, well, it'll be a couple of hours for me, but a minute for you when I've had a chance to mull this over a little bit. Okay, so I have had a couple of days to think about the prompts that Gaby sent me, scandalous, and I'm going to go with the first thing that popped into my mind, the first person that popped into my mind at the word scandalous, and that is Quentin Crisp. He did pass away some years ago now, at the ripe old age of 90 apparently. I'm a huge admirer of him because, I mean, he was very entertaining to listen to. There are just like so many witty quotes from him. He was a very entertaining person, and you know, he wrote books. I expect everybody will have heard of The Naked Civil Servant, which was his autobiography. They made a film out of that in the 70s, which was really shocking at the time. His character was played by John Hurt. Yeah, it was really shocking at the time. And the thing about him is that he was born in 1908, and in those days, of course, homosexuality existed, but nobody spoke about it. It was really, it was a thing that was hidden, and he refused to hide it. He lived his life openly as he described himself as an effeminate homosexual, and he refused to pretend to be anything other than what he was. But of course, that made his life very difficult. He got beaten up all the time. It limited the employment that he could go for, and yeah, I mean, he was just so brave to live the way he did and be himself, be his own person. And of course, over the years things changed, and at least he got to see those changes, those positive changes. So yeah, if he lived till he was 90, he must have died in the late 90s. So I mean, it was just so different from his younger days. I want to just show you some of the things that I've been looking at. So these are some of the many images of him that come up. I like this one because it's very striking, and it's quite tempting to do as a portrait. I mean, it is a portrait print which you can buy in the National Gallery shop. I've been to the National Gallery for years. I love this one. I'd never seen this one before I started searching for this for a reference piece. So many amazing quotes. I'm wondering if I can work some of my favourite quotes of his into my finished piece somehow. I love this one. I love his expression in this one. Why is that not clicking? It just looks like he's seen so much there. And look at these ones of when he was a young man. He was very beautiful to look at, and he always wore eyeliner and lipstick, and it would have been so hard. It would have been so hard just to walk through the streets as himself. Look at this one. I think for me the way I imagine him when I think of him, he's always got this kind of hat, this hat sort of coming down almost over one eye, this very kind of flamboyant hat. He's usually got big collars and colourful cravats. He always had eyeliner and rouge and lipstick, and the flash of hair there at the corner, which he obviously it was darker when he was younger, but in later years it would always be kind of purple or pink. Or I love that. It's a very thoughtful. I'd like to get that expression. He's got very beautiful hands as well, and always nicely done nails and everything. I kind of feel like I ought to get the hands in because they're part of his they sort of show his personality. Yeah, I'm almost spoilt for choice really, and not really sure where to start. I love that one. Is so striking. I'm tempted to do it just because it'd be fun to do, but it isn't really him as I always imagine him. I think it's I just think he, certainly in later years, he thrived on being scandalous. That was part of who he was. I remember seeing a few years back I think it's available on YouTube. If I can find it, I'll leave a link. And it was a documentary that was made, I guess, in the 70s or something, sort of catching up with him. And they interviewed him in his flat, and he lived in his tiny little flat with sort of not very much. He didn't have much. He was living a very frugal lifestyle, drinking some kind of nutrition drink or something most of the time, and really only ate properly if someone came and took him out for lunch, he said. Yeah, but he seemed happy in himself. But yeah, it was very interesting. And there's clips of him everywhere on YouTube. God, he looks really old there. Well, he lived till he was 90, so yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, first of all, do a kind of charcoal sketch as a sort of workup. I don't think, although he was very beautiful as a young man, I don't think I want to... It's his older face that I find more interesting. This one I like partly because of the colour, I guess. There's that red, I mean, look at that. He's got like a 3-piece suit all done in that amazing red fabric, and the tie is the same, or the cravat is the same, and then he's got that pink hair. I love that combination. Yeah, definitely needs a cravat. I like with that I like the way it shows his hands. Probably I'm going to end up doing a mixture of all of these. That one, the expression there, I love. It's quite challenging, and he looks like he's about to make one of his witty comments. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be using any one of these photos. I'm just going to have them all up in front of me while I try and do a charcoal sketch. So let's go to my desk now. So I'm going to do, as I say, a bit of a charcoal sketch first, I think. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show it on camera because I'm using this huge A3 paper. So I've got this pastel mat out, which I'm really precious about because it's so expensive. But my hope is that once I've done my charcoal sketch, I'm going to have a go at a pan pastel. And the my favourite thing to use pan pastels on is this. So this is what I got it for. So I've got that out ready, optimistically. But before that, I'm going to use this. This is also called pastel paper, but it's just a plain white paper. It's a lot cheaper. And actually, I was very lucky and won this. Well, I won my choice of paper pad from Frisk. So I always love Frisk paper. It's worth following Frisk on Instagram. They do giveaways and things quite often, actually. And yeah, I was just allowed to choose whichever paper pad I wanted. So I said, "Ooh, am I allowed an A3 one? I can have pastel paper." And this happened just after I'd won the Sennelier oil pastels. So I thought it would be good to use them all. But I think it'll also be good to do my charcoal sketch. So I've got various options with my charcoal. This is what Johnny sent me in the last time's Uer box. So I've got some little willow sticks in there and a kind of compressed block. Get rid of that now. Which will give me like darker. So I'll probably rough it out with the willow sticks first. I've also got this, which I put in there, which you can use with water as well and get white sort of highlights. I've got what looks like just a bit of actual chalk in there. And I've also got that I've not used yet. Got it really cheap because they were broken. But I thought, well, I soon break charcoal anyway. And it's these different shades of charcoal. So you've got one there called Sanguine, which I guess would be more of a reddish brown. And you've got that kind of ochre colour, white, sepia. Don't know what that is because it's too broken up. And that is Mars Violet. So I'm quite keen to give those a whirl as well. So I haven't got very long at the moment, but part of the reason I've chosen a charcoal sketch to sort of do my little workup is that you've got to be reasonably quick with charcoal, really. So I'm starting off full of optimism. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's just go for it. It's only paper and charcoal. I wouldn't be saying that if it was the pastel mat. Okay, leave it there for a minute and go and have some dinner. I'm sort of fairly happy with how it's going at the moment. It's got a very, very interesting face to draw. Now I've got all I've used so far, I've got all that stuff out, all I've used is this one stick of charcoal so far. There's a limit to how much kind of depth and sort of tonal variation I can get with that. So I now need to get a bit braver and go in with some of the, like compressed charcoal and things. Just make things a bit more definite. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with this, with the start I've made, and it's certainly making me feel like I want to do a more careful, once I've done this, I want to do a more careful kind of studied kind of portrait of him in pan pastels. But I think for this video, this is going to be enough, and then I'm going to do a video with the pan pastels. So probably what I'll do now is I need to get my head over, because one of the awkward things about working like this in front of the camera is that you can't get your head over it, and you get the it's difficult to get the proportions and things right. You can see if I just lift it up towards the camera there, look at the difference. He's suddenly got this massive hat, so it doesn't really look like that. But yeah, so I think probably I'm going to have to finish this off camera now and then come back and show you. But you can kind of see where I'm going with it. Yeah, I've been going on quite long enough already. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. It's the first time I've done something quite like this, so I'm quite pleased with the progress so far. So I'm going to go off, have my dinner, come back and do some, just get in with some of this, because see how much of a darker colour I can get if I just do a bit there. Look how much darker that is. So I just need to get brave, but I do need to get my head over it, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do that and film it with the setup I've got. Probably the next thing you'll see is I'll be coming back and showing you how it looks at the end, and then the next video I'll do the pan pastel portrait. I'm happy with that for now. I'm going to put some fixative on it, I'll put it that way, because I can't get it all in the shot. Yeah, I don't think I haven't really caught his likeness, but hopefully I've caught something of him. I've really enjoyed doing it, and yeah, I think it will be a nice work up to doing another piece with the pan pastels a bit later. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'm filthy. I've probably got it all over my face as well. Oh, I have as well. So that's it for me for this one. I'll be back in a few days with my hopefully with my main piece. I will leave a link to my lovely friend Gaby, of course. I've decided I'm going to call this Collab with Gaby. Do go and check out Gaby's channel. I can't wait to see what she does with the prompt that I sent for her. Just yeah, her channel is just so full of ideas and inspiration. She's such a talented artist. This has been I feel really lucky to be doing this collaboration with her, and I hope you will all enjoy watching what we come up with as well. So I need to edit all this now, get it uploaded ready, and then I can just relax and enjoy watching what Gaby comes up with tomorrow. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again really soon.